Okay, we're not officially on the air yet. I kind of started it just a little bit early just to give Dee a little bit of time to get here. I've already sent her the link, so she should be on in just a second. So we're about 2 minutes early. It's not 5 just yet, so we are just waiting. There she is. Hello, Dee.
Hi, I'm trying to get
I got you. There you go.
Okay, we're good.
You've got your avatar. There's Boomy.
There's my boomers. Hello, everyone.
There's Boomy with his big Daniel across his chest.
I know.
I know people are like, who's Daniel?
Oh, that's a long story.
Yeah, that's a long story. But no, that attractive dog there, his name isn't Daniel. His name is Boomer. Daniel's another story.
Well, but he is equally handsome as my boomer. Well, maybe a little under, because no one can be more handsome than my boomer.
No, it's not possible. Come on.
Not possible.
So even though we're about 30 seconds early, we're going to go ahead and dive in. It's Saturday, October 21st, 2017, and you guys are tuned into another Pet Spooktacular edition of the Missy Show. We're still your premier source for fun and informative pet topics. I'm your host, Jay, and guess who we've got back with us today? It's Dee.
Dee's here. She's barely here, but she's here.
We just appreciate that you're here. We missed you last night.
I missed you guys. That particular show is one of my favorites, so having to miss it was kind of hard. I said I have to be there tomorrow, so I am here in pieces, but I am here.
You are here, and who knows, maybe later you can go back and listen.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us again. We're super excited to be back. And we're also excited to be revisiting another older topic that we had a few years ago. So just like the spider goats, we've actually touched on this, but we'll kind of be going over some different cryptids. Might even be revisiting some of the same ones, but I just find the topic fascinating anyway. So today's episode is the creatures that don't exist, supposedly. Creepy cryptids return. So as I did last night with the spider goats, I'm going to review just what a cryptid is for our listeners who may not have listened to the last episode. So basically, a cryptid is an animal whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated, such as the Yeti or Bigfoot. And cryptozoology is the study of cryptids. Now, it's a pseudoscience that aims to prove the existence of entities from the folklore record, as well as animals otherwise considered extinct. So because cryptozoology does not follow the scientific method, that's why it's considered a pseudoscience by the academic world. So not really respected, but hey, you know. Now, some of the more commonly known cryptids that probably most of you have heard of, because once I say these names, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's a cryptid. Because I'm sure most people have heard of Bigfoot, the Chupacabra, the Mothman, the Jersey Devil. Like, those are some examples of cryptids. But there are many more who are less commonly known, and I'll touch on some of those. So the first
I have a couple myself.
Okay, good. Very, very good.
I have a couple.
That's what we want, because I have a few too. The first one, I heard about this guy on this show called Monsters and Mysteries of America, and I think it comes on Destination America, although it's been a long time since they've had a new season come out, so I've been waiting on that. But I'd never heard of this creature before until then, and I found it on the internet, and it's called the Pope Lick Monster.
Oh, that's one of mine.
That's one. Oh, so you know about. Okay, so you know. Yes. So for those of you who've never heard, it's like the Pope, like Pope, and then Lick, Lick. So Pope Lick Monster, and it's a legendary part man, part goat, part sheep creature, reported to live beneath a railroad trestle bridge over Pope Lick Creek in the Fisherville neighborhood of Louisville, Kentucky. So, I'll tell you what, Dee, since we both have this one, you want to pick up from there and kind of tell people a little more about this creature?
Well, urban legend has it that numerous urban existed about the creature's origin and the methods it employs to claim its victims. According to some accounts, the creature uses hypnosis, which kind of got me because I was like, this is just okay. And his voice mimicry to lure trespassers onto the trestle to meet their death before an oncoming train. Other stories claim that the monster jumps down from the trestle onto the roofs of cars passing beneath it. And then other legends say that it attacks the victim with a blood-stained axe, and that the very sight of the creature is so unsettling that those who see it while walking across the trestle jump off the bridge or jump off the trestle.
That is just so creepy. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, it kind of brings to mind like the Billy Goat Gruff story, in a way, like with the troll.
That's what I thought about when I was doing it. I was like, Billy Goat Gruff, Billy Goat Gruff.
Yeah, it was it a troll in that one though? That was.
I think so, because he lived under. Don't you remember the pictures of when you were a little kid? There was a book. Because that's what went in my head. There was a book that I checked out, and I remember seeing the bridge, and I remember seeing the little person under it. And he would be looking up at the top of it. I thought, this is weird.
Yeah. So it kind of brought to mind with that. I mean, now the creature, of course, is different in both stories, because I think it was a troll in Billy Goat Gruff, and I think he was sort of kind of getting at the goats or whatever. They were wanting to come across the bridge or whatever. But this is like this is what else is just kind of weird, how they say other legends hold that the monster is a human goat hybrid, and that it was a circus freak who vowed revenge after being mistreated. Yes. So, I mean, but can you imagine? But what's so crazy, Dee, is that some people have really been killed for real on this trestle thing, like trying to go up there and see what's going on. So whether there really is a creature or not, I mean, something's going on, but it's dangerous either way, just, going there, and a train could be coming, and
I wouldn't go that way. No. We would have to find an alternate route. The GPS would have to say recalculating, because you were not going that way.
Yeah, because it says there have been a number of deaths and accidents at the trestle since its construction, despite the presence of an 8-foot fence to keep the real seekers out.
Yeah. I don't understand. But you have some people, and especially around this time, that want to be scared and want to put themselves in certain situations that promote or promote legends and urban legends and things like this. So. Yeah, but no, I'm not one of those people.
No. Here's my thing. If there's an urban legend about it, I'm not saying that means it's true, but because sometimes things could be based on some truth. So my thing is, I'm not going to be the one to find out. If it is fake, okay, that's cool. Okay, nothing to worry about. But I'm not going to test it. I'm good.
No, I don't need to know whether it's true or not. It just can be whatever it is, and I don't want to know.
Well, to any people out there who are listening to this, who are in the U.S., who might want to check this out, here's what you need to understand. There's a common misconception among amateur paranormal investigators that this trestle is abandoned and no longer used. But no, that's not true. In reality, the bridge carries a major rail artery into Louisville. So heavy freight trains cross the bridge several times daily. So it's easy for someone to get caught atop it while an oncoming train barrels down on them. And they were saying that a particular railway company urged citizens not to climb the trestle, saying if they're caught, they would be arrested. So this trestle is not abandoned now. There are still trains going across it. So it's not a good idea. Even if there is no Pope Lick monster, you could just get killed anyway because you're up there and the train hits you.
Exactly. And that's just not something you want to have happen.
No. So don't go that way. I mean, if you're really that curious, just do research about it. I mean, you could even maybe visit the library there. I'm sure they've got a lot of backstory history about it. And then there's even a movie about it where this filmmaker, made a movie called The Legend of the Pope Lick Monster. It's just 16 minutes long, but I mean, hey, but it kind of also created some stuff where some people, I guess, got curious after watching the movie and decided to go there, because they were saying as recent as April of 2016, a 26-year-old tourist from Ohio died after being hit by a train while searching for the monster. Her boyfriend survived by hanging on the side of the trestle. Can you imagine how terrifying that was? Having to hold on.
Literally, and while that train is going, it's shaking it.
Yeah.
And you're being just shook. And then you're thinking, okay, there's a monster, and then you're thinking, my girlfriend's gone. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, and did you read where they say, the average person wouldn't even be able to do it because you have to hang there for 5 to 7 minutes waiting for the train to clear the trestle.
There's no way. No way.
Mm-mm. So please don't do it, because I know that poor guy. If I were him, I would be so traumatized.
Yeah,
monster or no monster, just that experience.
Just going through that. Just really hanging there thinking. I don't know if you've ever had to hang on and knowing that you're about to slip off, but that is the worst feeling in the world.
Oh, I can imagine. And then you're just wondering, like, I wonder at the time, did he know for sure that his girlfriend was dead, or was he just sort of hanging there wondering, was she okay? Did she survive or whatever? And it's just horrible. That was really terrible. And like I say, folks, that was something that happened just as recently as, just a little over a year ago, like a year and 6 months ago. So please don't do that.
Just go to a nice family-friendly, horror thing where you're haunted house, where you're going through and it's all controlled. You don't need to go out there and try to see if these myths are real or not. I know it's tempting. And it adds to the whole environment of the day or night. But don't put yourself in any danger to prove or not prove the myth.
Please don't. Let's see. Okay.
I have one.
Okay, yes, please, Dee.
And I don't know one of yours, but I read it and I thought, this is interesting. Okay, so Jay, do you know about the lizard man of Escape or Swamp?
No, that's not one that I saw. No, please fill me in on that.
Well, let me tell you about him. The lizard man of Escape or Swamp, also known as the lizard man of Lee County, is allegedly a reptilian humanoid cryptid, which is said to inhabit the areas of swamplands in and around Lee County, South Carolina, along with the sewers and towns in the nearest swamp. So what does the lizard man look like? I'll tell you. The lizard man is generally described as being 7 feet tall, bipedal, and bulky, covered in dark green scaly lizards-like skin, and it is said to have 3 toes on each foot and 3 fingers on each hand. The creature has an incredible degree of strength, more than capable of ripping into a car, and a few witnesses have reported seeing a tail, although in the majority of cases a tail was not seen. So basically it's a lizard man walking around.
That just...
Can you imagine a 7 foot? That's 7 feet right there, Jay.
Yeah, 7 feet.
I'm a short person.
Even a 7-foot human being, but imagine a lizard. A lizard that's 7 feet tall.
I don't like the ones that are 3 inches long.
Oh, you sound like my mother-in-law. She's terrified of lizards. She's terrified.
This would kill her. This one would take her out. Because walking around, and all of a sudden you look over and there is a 7 foot tall lizard-like man looking at you with 3 toes and 3 fingers. It's not the best day.
No, and it just makes you wonder, okay, well, what is really going on? What are these people seeing? What's happening here? Because I kind of don't buy the things when people kind of write it off and say, oh, it's just mass hypnosis or something, or they were hallucinating. No, that's too many people.
Well, they have there was someone who actually said that they saw it. It was a young teenager by the name of Christopher Davis. He's 17 years old. He's local. He said he encountered the creature while driving home from work at 2 a.m. on June 29th, and this was back in 1988. According to his account, Davis stopped on the road bordering Scape or Swamp in order to change a tire which had blown out. When he was finishing up, he reported hearing a thumping noise from behind him. Having turned around to see the creature running towards him. That would have been it. Davis said the creature tried to grab at the car and then jumped on its roof as he tried to escape, clinging onto it as David swerved from side to side in an effort to throw it off. After he returned home, Davis said, David's side view mirror was found to be badly damaged. Scratch marks were found on the car's roof, though no other physical evidence of his encounter existed. I think they put a quote in here about what he said. He said, I looked back and saw something running across the field towards me. It was about 25 yards away, and I saw red glowing eyes. I ran into the car as I locked it. The thing grabbed the door handle. I could see him from the neck down. 3 big fingers, long black nails, green rough skin. It was strong, and it was very angry. I looked at it in my mirror and saw a blur of green running. I could see his toes, and then he jumped onto the roof of my car.
Oh my God.
I thought I heard a grunt, and then I could see his fingers through the front windshield, where they curled around the roof. I sped up and swerved to shake off the creature. Chris's father, prompted by a story that ran in the newspaper for strong car mauling, brought his terrified son to Lee County Sheriff's Office on July 16, 1988, at which he told his story to the sheriff at that time.
1988, huh? That wasn't even like a super long time ago, because some of this stuff was like in the 50s and 60s. That wasn't like, maybe I'm just dating myself, and it's just like 1988 wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, these people that were born in 1990 and 2000.
I know.
So anyway.
Wow.
We're not gonna go there. But can you imagine just being out at night, your tire breaks down, it's already creepy, and you're like, okay, let me just hurry up and get this done so I can get back on the road and get out of here. And you look up, and across the field, here comes a thing which you probably just see the glowing red eyes.
That would have scared me so bad. Oh my gosh. I probably would have ended up killing myself trying to drive the car and shake him off, and I probably would have ran into something.
I would have just had a heart attack. My heart probably would have just stopped. He would have, whatever he does to his victims, it would have happened. I would have had a heart attack on the side of the road.
But it just still brings me back to the point of, okay, if they're going to say that this thing wasn't real, so what did that guy see?
I don't know. He had to see something. He had to have seen something. There have been other incidences where they said people have had scratches and incidences happen to their car as they're in the vicinity of this, where this happened. So I don't know. Something's going on.
Because I'm not saying that there aren't people who are attention seekers, and some people might make some stuff up. And yeah, you have those people, like maybe someone saw it originally and then they kind of just want to get on the bandwagon. But I'm just like, I just don't believe that, everybody's just like making something up though.
When you have that many people, sometimes you're like, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, there's fire. Yeah. Because I mean, like, that would be like us walking into our local police department just for attention. Why am I just going to go in there and be like, I saw this monster and it did blah, 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 and I'm going to purposely damage my own car just for attention, just to make the papers? That's kind of stupid.
Well, they had another account. This lady and her 5 kids. This happened a couple of years after that, on July 30th. A lady named Bertha Blithers or something like that, and her 5 children witnessed a strange creature near the swamp as they drove home from a restaurant. Approximately at 10:30, they crossed over the interstate and were nearing the intersection of Hickory Hill Road when a large figure appeared out of nowhere and lunged toward the passenger side of the car. In a statement given to the Lee County Sheriff, Bertha described the creature as being tall, wide, and having 2 arms like a human. She could only see it from the waist up, but there was no question that it was big. She was not able to make out any clear facial details in a short time it was in front of her, but she was quite sure the body was covered in brown hair. I never seen anything like it before, she told the police. It wasn't a deer or a bear, but it definitely wasn't a person either.
Oh my gosh, so what was this thing?
Yeah, it's one of those things. And then you have, more sightings coming up as you come. You have some in 2005. Well, not a sighting, but I think South Carolina actually used it on their as a promotion for their lottery or something. But in 2005 October, you had a woman said she saw something. In 2008, a couple saw something. So it's crazy.
Tell me one more time, where was this so I can be sure?
I know where you don't want to go. This happened in Lee County, South Carolina.
Oh, wow. Okay. I know somebody from South Carolina. I'll have to ask him about that.
Lee County.
I don't know if he is from Lee County or not, but I may have to ask him. Okay. Well, remind me not to be in Lee County, South Carolina at nighttime. Might visit in the day, but
I don't want to go anywhere near it. I don't know where this is. Well, I know where it is because I gave specifics, and I will not be going near there.
Well, I'm going to tell you another place I don't think I want to visit because this place has two cryptids that I know of. I'm not going over the most popular one. We've all heard of the Mothman, who was originally sighted in West Virginia, I think Point Pleasant, West Virginia. But West Virginia has another alleged monster. This one is called the Flatwoods Monster, and it's also known as the Braxton County Monster, or the Phantom of Flatwoods. And it is, kind of sounds creepy. It's an entity reported to have been sighted in the town of Flatwoods in Braxton County, West Virginia. Now, this was in the 50s. This sighting happened September 12th, 1952. And this is an example, supposedly, of a close encounter of the third kind. So, here's what the creature looks like. They say various descriptions of the entity exist, but most people describe it as being at least 7 feet tall. These are some really tall creatures.
I know, right? It's like can I have a little one?
I know.
Something I can kind of take. Like, this could be a fair fight right now.
Yeah, but you know what? When I was researching, I did see some little ones, and then in some ways that crap might creep me out even more. like the little diminutive, just little dwarf like. Now that kind of, I don't know. That freaks me out, especially like being on my bed or something. Okay, anyway.
Don't go there, Jay. Don't go.
Yeah, I know, because I was reading some stuff and I got to get that out of my head. But most describe this creature as being at least 7 feet tall, with a black body and a dark glowing face. Witnesses describe the creature's head as elongated, shaped like a sideways diamond, and having non-human eyes, a large circular cowling appearance behind the head. The creature was described as inhumanly shaped and clad in a dark pleated skirt like exoskeleton, later described as a shadow. They say some of the people said the creature didn't appear to have any visible arms. Let's see. And then some others reported that it had long, stringy arms protruding from the front of its body with long, claw-like fingers. The creature is referred to as the lizard monster on March 10th on Monster Quest. So same monster, but they called it something different on Monster Quest in 2010. And some witnesses also reported seeing a large pulsating red ball of light that hovered above or rested on the ground. Now, the people who saw this thing, it was two brothers, Edward and Fred May, and their friend, Tommy Heyer. So these kids, they were like 13, 12, and 10, respectively. So they were young kind of teenagers, preteens. So they witnessed a bright object cross the sky, coming to rest on land belonging to a local farmer. Upon witnessing the object, the boys went to the home of the Mays the Mays brothers' mother. They told their mom, Kathleen May, what they'd seen. And so she went back there with the boys, and I think they got some other local children. Yeah, I would have wanted a group big as possible if I was going to go back. So they had some other people. They had Neil Nunley, Ronnie Shaver, and a 17-year-old West Virginia National Guardsman who went back with them. And they traveled to this farm in an effort to locate whatever it was that the boys had seen. So when they get there, let's see. Okay, so there's a dog involved. So he runs ahead. He ran ahead out of sight and suddenly began barking. And moments later, the dog ran back to the group with its tail between its legs. So it knew something was wrong. So after they traveled a bit further, they reached the top of the hill where they reportedly saw a large pulsating ball of fire about 50 feet to their right. They also detected a pungent mist that made their eyes and nose burn. Lemon then noticed two small lights over the left of the object underneath a nearby oak tree and directed his flashlight toward the two small lights, revealing the creature, which May reported as bounding toward them.
Oh no.
Good times. Other sources describe it as emitting a shrill hissing noise before gliding toward them, changing direction, and then heading off toward the red light. At this point, the group fled in panic. You think? Yeah. So upon returning home, Mrs. May, who was the original brother's mom, she contacted the local sheriff and let him know what had happened. Let's see, what did they do? They conducted some interviews and returned to the site with one of the members, where he reported that there was a sickening burnt metallic odor still in the air. Sheriff Carr and his deputy Burnell Long searched the area separately, but they didn't find any trace, other than the smell. Early the next morning, the site was visited for a second time, and they discovered two elongated track marks in the mud, as well as traces of a thick black liquid. He immediately reported them as being possible signs of a saucer landing, based on the premise that the area had not been subjected to vehicle traffic for at least a year. Some of the people also got sick behind this. Some of the group reported, let's see what was going on with them. Irritation of the nose, swelling of the throat, vomiting and convulsions. Let's see. Some of them had throat difficulties for several weeks afterwards. A doctor who treated several of the witnesses is reported to have described their symptoms as being similar to victims of mustard gas. Though such symptoms are also commonly found in sufferers of hysteria, which can be brought on by exposure to a traumatic or shocking event. I never knew that. Okay. Never knew that. But okay, now this one, they kind of have tried to debunk this, and there are conventional explanations. I kind of don't buy it. Let's see. What are they saying? Because they bring up an owl. That this could have potentially been an owl that they saw.
Okay. We have owls in our backyard, so okay.
Yeah. Now they're saying that allegedly there was a meteor that night. So the glowing red ball of light, that could have been a meteor. Like there was some meteor that hit, the next town over or something like that. So they're saying that's what they think that was. Let's see. Yeah, most likely a meteor, that the pulsating light was likely an aircraft navigation hazard beacon. I guess they were kind of investigating the meteor. So that's what they're saying all that was. Where is this nonsense about the owl, though? Let's see. Where is that? Because they're thinking, this person named Nickel concluded that the shape, movement, and sounds reported by witnesses were also consistent with the silhouette, flight pattern, and call of a startled barn owl perched on a tree limb, leading researchers to conclude that foliage beneath the owl may have created the illusion of the lower portions of the creature, described as being a pleated green skirt. Researchers also concluded that the witnesses' inability to agree on whether the creature had arms, combined with Kathleen May's report of it having small claw-like hands which extended in front of it, also matched the description of a barn owl with its talons gripping a tree branch. So that's what they're trying to say that the creature was, and the foliage gave the illusion that it had a bottom half, like with the pleated looking skirt deal.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, once again, one of those places I'm not going to go to. I'm sure the people of West Virginia are wonderful people, but it creeps me out. It just creeps me out. With the Mothman, that kind of creeped me out, and now they have this creature, different city in West Virginia, but I don't know.
Well, you know I would not want to go there, but I have found a place that has a cryptid that I've actually been to several times.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Monkey Man of Delhi?
No, I have not.
Well, apparently, and I'm going to make this quick, but apparently there is a monster that roams in Delhi, India, that is called the Monkey Man of Delhi. Back in May 2001, reports began to circulate in India, capital New Delhi, of a strange monkey-like creature that was appearing at night and attacking people. Witnesses tend to describe the creature as about 4 feet tall. That probably wouldn't be good for you, Jay.
No, not
covered in thick black hair, with a metal helmet, metal claws, glowing red eyes. What is up with the glowing red eyes?
Yeah.
3 buttons on the chest.
What?
Yes. And others have described the Monkey Man as having more vulpine snout and being up to 8 feet tall and muscular, and it would leap from building to building like a parkour enthusiast. And others have described it as being a bandaged figure or a helmeted thing. Theories on the nature of the Monkey Man range from an avatar of the Hindu god Hanuman, which I don't know, Hanuman, I'm probably saying it wrong, and I'm sorry for that, to an Indian version of Bigfoot. Many people have reported being scratched, and people have died.
Oh no.
Yes.
It's just when you start describing like the helmet and buttons, and I'm just like, okay, is he kind of dressed for the occasion? What is he doing?
I don't know. He has on a little coat. I don't know, a little jacket. I don't know.
It is so bizarre.
Yeah.
It is bizarre.
There are a lot of monkeys there. I have to attest to that because it is, you do see them and they're, everywhere or whatever. But I've never seen this. Don't ever want to see this. But yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, I remembered you telling me about like they had a lot of monkeys. And so at first, before you start talking about the helmet and the buttons, I was like, could it just be possible that maybe it could just be just a monkey for real?
Yeah.
Just a wild monkey or something? But yeah, apparently not.
No, I don't know. I think back of my travels when I was there and I'm thinking, I don't know. But, I think every place has its own versions and things of folklore and cryptids and urban legends and everything, so it's a worldly thing.
Yes, I think it is. That's a weird thing. I don't know if we have cryptids. I know we have certain areas that are supposed to be haunted or whatever, like in this state, but I don't know if we have a cryptid. Because you hear a lot of states where they have this particular cryptid. I've never heard one for us that I know of.
Well, apparently, supposedly, the Wolf Woman of Mobile, you might want to look that one up. I know we're short on time, but that's something that was out there. And then there's the Alabama White Thing. And then there's Huggin' Molly.
Okay. Okay, maybe I didn't need to know that.
Just saying.
But
Alabama has some.
Okay.
Go for some.
Well, I might have to get those from you after the show. Might have to send that to me. Maybe I don't need to read about it, but I know myself. I probably will later. Probably won't do it tonight as it's getting later. We still got sunlight now, but not for long. It's fading fast, so I probably won't read about that. But I'll probably look over it in the morning when I got plenty of daylight. I'll do it at daybreak. Plenty of daylight and time to forget about it.
Oh yeah.
Well, we want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I want to thank you, Dee, for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us today.
Sorry, I can't always be here.
That's okay. We have one more next Saturday at our normal time of 5 p.m. Central, unless we need to adjust it. And our last October Pet Spooktacular episode is about the history of Halloween. Is it evil or not? So that should be an interesting show. Hopefully, Dee can join us for that. And gonna try. Yeah, that's all you can do. And what will next Saturday be? What's today? What did I just say? Wait a minute. Let's go back to my date here. Today's
I don't have any kind of concept of what day or time.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, probably the 28th. I'm thinking, but yeah, we're gonna be looking into the history of Halloween, because you hear a lot of things. Some people feel like you shouldn't celebrate it, all that good stuff. So we're gonna look into that. Yes, it will be October 28th, and we'll be back at 5 p.m. Central. And we hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully none of you will run into any of the cryptids in your respective hometowns. So
hope we don't.
Gonna try my best not to. So we will post links after the show onto our social media, so you guys can check out some of our sources. But until next week, we want to wish you a wonderful remainder of your weekend, and thank you for joining us. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.